Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble with articulation, I hope, about a variety of musical, video and audio elements of the videos that I watch. And today we are going to be checking out Majestica and their song Ghost of Christmas Past. Last year I looked at Ghost of Marley, and I thought, well, why not do the ghosts in order? Which means Christmas Past is next, so that's where I'm going to be going today. This, of course, is from the story A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And if you don't know the story, I feel like most people do, but Ebenezer Scrooge is a miserly, selfish old man, and in an effort to help him change his ways, his deceased partner, Marley, arranges for tells him that three spirits are going to visit him, the ghosts of Christmas past, showing him his past, present, showing what's happening right now, and future, showing possibilities of what could happen, will visit him, and it's up to him, basically, to change his mind after that, and he realizes all the wrong he's done, and how much he's been hurting people, and how terrible other people's lives are, and becomes a generous benefactor by the end of the story. And of course the Ghost of Christmas Past is the first of those that comes to visit. The Ghost of Christmas Past is usually portrayed as a youthful figure, and it's described in the book as an interesting kind of paradox almost. It was a strange figure, like a child, yet not so like a child as like an old man, diminished into a child's body. I'm paraphrasing and cutting some description, but that's roughly the description in the book. It always stuck with me as such a fascinating way to describe a character. I think one of my favourite renditions to date has been Jane Krakowski in the Christmas Carol by Alan Menken, which had Kelsey Grammer as Scrooge, and she was the Ghost of Christmas Past, and I really, really love that version. There have been a lot of really cool versions, but none that I've seen, that I'm aware of, that has ever done the like a child but also like an old man. And the idea is that this ghost is kind of a mixture of things. It has holly on its clothing representing winter, but also has a hem of summer flowers, and it's kind of this contrast all the time. A great light shines from its head, but it carries a cap that is an extinguisher for that light, and so it could be one or the other of many, many different things, and I think it's a fascinating character. Majestica's Christmas Carol album, of course, I don't even know if the whole thing is online. I assume it probably is, but I'm just going through doing the ghosts because I thought that's a fun thing to do, and I only have time to feature one song per year, at least at the moment, and so this seemed like a good way to go about doing that. So yeah, we're going to look at the Ghost of Christmas Past today, and I'm excited to see what Majestica and Tommy and the band do with it, because the Ghost of Marley was a fantastic piece of music I really enjoyed. So we will see. I did have a look. There doesn't appear to be just a straight-up music video for this one. If there is one and I've missed it, I sincerely apologize. I did take 3 seconds. I didn't really listen, but I turned my volume down, and I did take 3 seconds to check out a couple of other reactors, and they appear to have reacted to this lyric video that I'm going to be using today. So I think I've chosen the right video to watch. I don't think I'm missing something there. Apologies if I am, but this seems like a good way of checking it out. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way this works is I'm going to watch this through from beginning to end, commenting and emoting over the top of it, and then I'll go back and watch it a second time, this time pausing, interrupting, and offering what commentary and analysis I feel I can, based on what I've just seen and heard and the foreknowledge of having seen it once before. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and if you care to, you can donate to support the channel at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, at patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or by leaving a super thanks here on YouTube. More details on that later. And also, I'm going to remember to say this before the video for once, do check the description down below for a link to Majestica's channel, and also to the original video of this song. And that, I think, is everything. Oh, last thing, I am still in it, because I'm recording all of this before Christmas, I am still in a phase of being down one monitor. So I usually have 2 monitors. I have one with my recording software open and one with the video open. I can't do that right now, so I do have to switch between screens. So if there are a couple of cuts in this video that don't have an explanation, but the visualizer that I keep up here while the video is playing comes and goes, that's why those cuts are there. It's just because it's messy switching between screens and all that sort of thing, and you don't need to deal with that. So yeah, that's everything. So without any further delay, one of those cuts is going to happen right now, and we're going to start with Majestica's Ghost of Christmas Past. I like how pacey this is. There's Marley. Oh, cool. I love that they're telling the story. This is awesome. I love the book. The presentation of this is really cool. Mr. Fezziwig? This is awesome. Oh, nice change. There's a lot happening in this. Yes. Oh, that chord though. Oh. Oh. I love what they've done switching to Hark. I love that we get the shadows of other people in the background. Yes. Oh, that's fun. Where's my mouse stones? Woo! Yes. Oh, that's really good. I like that a lot. I love this idea that they have of we're going to set these things to existing Christmas Carol tunes, because it was, I know God Rest You Merry Gentlemen was in Ghost of Marley. Was there something else? I can't remember. But I think it's a really fun idea. And then they have, I think the chorus, unless, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the chorus is original. Come take my robe, we'll fly away. That's awesome. And actually, kind of a cool visualizer as well. It's a nice loop to kind of go through while you have the image of Tommy on top as well, sort of singing the words and what have you. That's really, really good. That's an awesome song. I love the choice to actually kind of tell the different stories that Scrooge sees when he's with the Ghost of Christmas Past. Not all of them, but a lot of the sort of key ones that form his character. That's really, really cool. Let's go back and watch that again. There's a lot to pull out of this, because there's a lot in the lyrics, there's also a lot in the visualizer. I'm interested to see what relevances there are there. But this is a really, really cool song. I like this a lot. I mean, awesome intro. Sets up a nice bit of pace immediately. We've got this night. It's got a kind of... I honestly, maybe just because I reacted to Carol of the Bells as I record this about an hour ago, I thought we were going to go Carol of the Bells just at the beginning there with the just the very, very sort of first couple of notes. But it's got that kind of vibe. Oh yeah, I have bells on my sweater. It's got that kind of vibe about it, where it's that sort of minor key, but also it's not kind of, he's keeping it very upbeat and quite light-hearted in what he's doing. And I love this depiction of Scrooge here, checking the pocket watch. Obviously here he's not in the story. When the Ghost of Christmas Past comes, he's in bed in his nightgown and cap. Here he's obviously out and about, but it's a nice image to have here at the beginning of this. I love these sort of silhouettes we have of the instrumentalists. So you can, even though we don't see them per se in this, other than Tommy, you do get a sort of an idea that they're involved in the video and they're still here and present. And that's obviously Marley on the other side there. And the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. And I love that the minor jingle bells here. And I think there's an important thing here. Let's go back to where my life was filled with peace. I think it's an interesting thing he hits here, that one of the things that Scrooge realizes while he's with the Ghost of Christmas Past was that there were peaceful moments earlier in his life, and he kind of forgotten about them. And I like that that's how Tommy chooses to open this. That's a really, really nice lyric. I think that's very cool. I love the pop-up book effect that's going on behind as well, like the trees just popping out there, and you get these silhouettes of action so that there can be something happening that's kind of keeping things moving. It's not just static pop-up scenes. Very, very effective. That's lovely, just telling that original story. Yeah, he got left at school for years, and then it was this miracle moment where Fan came in and said, yeah, come home this year. I love what the way that Tommy's choosing to tell these moments. I think it's really nice that each verse is a different section, because the ghosts whisk you between moments. They take you from moment to moment to moment. Ghost of Christmas Present, of course, it's going to different moments that are happening right now, so you're sort of seeing the same night. But the Ghost of Christmas Past is effectively an exposition dump of how Scrooge got to be who he is right now, but done through the lens of showing him how things used to be and how they could have been had he not made the decisions. And so it's also moving the plot forward, and I think it's actually a really effective use of that. And I think it's really nice the way that Tommy's using this to tell that story. That's great. Going back on the music a little bit. I love this orchestration that he's got. We obviously have, the very, very fast drumming going on here and the guitars, but I love that we also have tubular bells sounding behind. It kind of emphasizes that melody a little bit underneath what Tommy is singing. And of course, he's singing it at quite a strident pitch. It's really kind of coming out strongly. And I think that it's giving this, it's a very, it's very much kind of power metal feel going on, but with this very Christmas orchestration underneath, which I think is really, really cool. It's an awesome blend of the two sounds. I love that lyric that's being sung underneath. He thinks he's all alone when he's surrounded with others that he can't see because his heart is filled with greed. And I think it is his grief. Everyone deals with grief in a different way. His sister passed away and greed kind of took over. And that was how he dealt with it, and he never really got away from that. That's a great lyric to have them. And I love that over the top of that, he's just singing I'm all alone. And that's his focal point, is I'm on my own. That's a really clever bit of lyric writing. I like that a lot. I also enjoy... Da 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 is what you expect to happen, but he really draws out the ending of this verse. And of course, that's what happens in the book. Scrooge holds onto the robe of the ghost, and that enables him to fly with the ghost to different places. I like, therefore, that this is the theme of the chorus, because that's what would happen between each of the scenes. Scrooge would take the robe, and off they'd go to the next scene that the ghost wanted to show him. This is really cool. I enjoy the fact that we go the beginning of this chorus, dum, 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 dum. Like, it's got this very much kind of pull back halftime type feel, and then we come back in full pace right afterwards. It's nice because it gives a moment to breathe in a pacey power metal song. It gives that the arrangement a second to breathe before we come back in again, and I like that. I think that's a good choice. And then he gets this lovely little pacey thing, sings the same thing through twice. It's very, very effective. And I like that. In Scrooge is originally kind of very skeptical of this whole thing, especially with the Ghost of Christmas Past, because he doesn't know what's coming. And so he's just like, yeah, right, whatever. And doesn't really want to go with them, but the ghost obviously doesn't give him a choice. And as we go through, as he sees more and more of these scenes, he gets to this point that Tommy's kind of singing from now. Tommy's singing almost as though he's telling the story as Scrooge later, after he's understood what the Ghost of Christmas Past is doing, and I think that's a smart decision. It would be easy to kind of go through the whole track and have write the song from the perspective of somebody who's still learning to trust the ghost, and I think it would get confusing. So I think the way that he's chosen to do this is the right way to go about presenting this story. It's a cool chorus. I like that. I think it's nice that we get this very familiar tune while he tells the stories, but then when he has his repeated, here's how we go about doing this, here's why I'm here to help you, or here's why you're here to help me, we have this original piece of music, I'm pretty sure. Again, correct me if it's a melody I'm just not familiar with. Fun little break. Da, 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 da. It's kind of almost circusy. Like there's, and you know, to me it's like the traveling music of them going to the next scene, but it's got a kind of circus quality to it, and it's quite light-hearted, but it's still got a minor key feel to it, so it's not sort of super happy and joyful quite yet. And I like that's sort of the style that is chosen for that moment. This book, let's talk about this book for a second. I love this presentation of just these scenes, but I enjoy the fact that it varies what we're seeing. Like this one is much less involved than the trees that we had earlier. We've kind of moved away from the pop-up thing a little bit. So we're getting variety, even though, you know, and we're going to cycle through this loop, but it's giving us more than just, you know, a one-trick pony type idea. We're getting a variety of different effects, and I think that's actually quite effective. And then over the top of it, this blue light that we've got on Tommy here, and the fact that, you know, he feels almost slightly translucent, I think is very, very effective for the experience that Scrooge is going through in this moment. So I think that's very, very cool. Yeah, this would be Mr. Fezziwig. We see in the book Fezziwig's Christmas party, and he was a man who was, you know, very business oriented, and he taught Scrooge a lot about business, but was like, no, it's Christmas Day today, we're having a party. And it was very, very determined that he would celebrate with his employees, and people loved him for it. And that's a big thing for Scrooge to remember, is people liked Fezziwig because he, you know, gave them time to celebrate and have fun and, you know, enjoy their time with the people who worked for him. I like his description of the choice of lyric of Fezziwig, that kook, because I think that's how Scrooge did, like, he sees throughout the scene, he remembers the warmth he felt towards it, but he would think of Fezziwig as a bit nuts for doing that when he first sees the party again. He's like, oh, you know, waste of time celebrating Christmas, and then remembers the warmth it gave him as he sees more and more of the scene. So that's actually a great lyric to introduce Fezziwig with. I like the choice of having the fire in the book over that lyric. Like, it's warmth. This dance till the morning, singing and cheering. You know, that's a joyful thing to do, and the fire, I think, is a great representation of that. I love that we get the halftime drums at that point in time as well. Kind of gives space for the lyrics to breathe for a second. It's just the work that they've done through this arrangement to just kind of change things up a little bit and, you know, vary the intensity slightly here and there is really, really effective, I think. Oh, that change is so good. He extends that exit of the Deck the Halls out even further, and then that heartbreaking change into the minor together, but we go up into a minor key, and it's this lovely foreshadowing of, yeah, that's not going to last. That's really, really effective. It's kind of... it's setting up where the story is going to go. They spend a little time together, so, you know, he's sort of jumping to the next step, but that's kind of what the book shows. You sort of see him fall in love with her and then see him neglect her in favor of money. It's very, very effective. And I like the fact that we go out of that back into this chorus. So it's not like we're going somewhere different. We've just set it up by having that different ending to the verse. Very, very cool. Oh. That solo is just so good. I like that it's kind of based around that. It's sort of that same pattern for the most part. You get that lovely little triplet run that creeps in the middle of that just to get a really nice little show-off moment. But it's not. It doesn't detract from the song in any way. It kind of feels like it's a part of it. I actually like that choice for this. I think it doesn't. You don't want to go too crazy in this particular song, I don't think. So I think that's a really, really good fit. And that's lovely. That slow down there. And then you get that lovely, I think is that a diminished chord that's going on there? I love that. Oh no, it's just minor 4. Yeah, I think it's just a minor 4 actually. But it's just a lovely, lovely support. We go into that, and then you get that minor chord just brings in a little bit of like that toning back of this for a minute. We're going to go somewhere a bit different, a little bit less happy.
It's getting darker, then I see a lonely man.
And this is nice because this is now the point where Belle has said, no, you're too concerned with money and not enough with me, I'm gone. And so this is where you start to see Scrooge become, Scrooge for real, where he loses things because he's too focused on work and money.
Darker, then I see a lonely man waiting for his true love there, knowing that she won't show up. She was my true love, I knew, but she had found herself someone new.
I love it. What does that say? Snowman Relocation Fund. Okay. I love the choice here for him to sing She'd Found Herself Someone New and then drop out. And the chorus comes in to say, consumed by greed, his lust for wealth. Because he can't really see it. He wants both things. He wants the money and he wants Belle. And it starts out with him wanting to provide for her, and it very quickly becomes, no, I just want money. I'm obsessed with the greed. And so I think he can't see it. So the fact that the chorus sings that line, I think, is a really, really good choice. I love that choice to pull back there, and I like that you have that moment, even with Tommy as Scrooge. He's like, sad, 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 sad. And then as the music picks up, he comes back to the kind of slightly jollier character. I feel like there's a couple of ways of reading that. There could be that he's found happiness in his money, even though it's not really happiness, it's that faux happiness that he surrounds himself with, and so we're seeing him become the character he is at the beginning of the story. It could also be him becoming the character he is at the end of the story, where he's found true happiness again. And it's kind of the way that he's telling this is as if he is that character at the end. And so I like the fact that you've got that little bit of flexibility with understanding of what he's doing here. And that's totally different. We have that same extension, and he's saying, should I here's the change. Should I regret that painful sin? Should I regret the mistake that I made? He recognizes the mistake. I love that. And then he goes into this whole ending here where he extends the end of the verse again. But notice this time we don't end on a minor chord. We end on a major chord and then resolve into another major chord. that's sus4 da 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 da. There's our major, not minor, the major. And then we resolve up into this new key for the chorus, and it's all major. It's got a more upbeat feeling than we had a little bit before. That's really effective. I love the fact that he finishes that chorus by going up the octave instead of going down to the note as he would previously, and then takes us up a little bit higher as we key change out of it. And you get a little bit of a re-rhythmed "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." Really love this. Oh, and that outro is so good! That lovely minor 4 going back into our tonic note again here. That's really, really good. I like this song a lot. Well played, Majestica. Well played, Tommy. That's a lot of fun. I think great choices of carols for the lyrics that he wrote. And sort of his method of telling this story, as I say, with changing carols at that point where Scrooge's kind of mindset truly starts to change in history, is really, really effective. Quick cut while I go back to my recording screen. Yeah, that was fantastic. I had a great time with that song. I really love this idea. I've said it before in this video, but this idea of taking carols and rewording them to create a different story. I think it's very, very effective. It means that we understand the melody rapidly and can focus on lyrics and, you know, understanding the story that the band is trying to tell with the song. And I think that's really, really effective. This is great. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a great continuation from Ghost of Mali. I'm excited to see what the other ghosts have for us in the future. But this was really, really enjoyable, and I think I like Tommy's way of telling this story. I think he's done a great job with it. So yeah, fantastic video. I hope you enjoyed that too. I hope I managed to bring you something, whether it's the video itself or Majestica or Tommy. Do check them out. There's a link to Majestica's channel, of course, and the original video down below, as I said. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and if you'd care to support the channel, you can leave a one-off donation of any amount at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts. You can join my Patreon at patreon.com/DavidKReacts for $2 or $4 Canadian. That will get you access to my Discord. It will get your name up here with my patrons, which, if it's not up quite yet, will be up in a few seconds. And that's it for now, but I am hoping to do more with that in 2025. And you could also leave a super thanks here on YouTube, and any of those would be very gratefully appreciated if you would choose to do so. Thank you very much indeed for joining me for this. I appreciate the time you spend with me. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, I don't know. Let's go for noon. Exactly noon. See if someone's finishing this video right then. Yeah, have a great rest of your holiday season. This is coming out on Friday the 27th, if all has gone to plan with my editing. It's going to be a little tough over the holiday period. If that is the case, this might be the last video of 2024, because I don't know if I'm going to have time to do an extra one for New Year's like I think I did last year. But there will be one more holiday season video coming out on January the 3rd, if nothing else. And yeah, thank you so much indeed. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.